AI has officially crossed the red line and it is now time to get worried. Scientists from Fudan University in China are reporting that the results of their experiments on AI show that AI can now self-replicate. The scientists were mind blown by some of the steps it took to multiply itself. The question of whether AI can multiply itself started as early as 1940s. Naturally, it's a worrisome idea because if AI starts multiplying itself, we would have a hard time containing it. A good example of this is how hard it is to maintain a virus once we have an outbreak. The scientists said that they didn't even use the top range models, they just used the medium range models. They used the Llama from Meta and the QN model from Alibaba. And all they had to do was tell the AI to replicate itself. That's it. Now the Llama model was successful half of the time and the QN model was successful 90% of the time. 9 out of 10 times. Here's how it did it. The AI would first try to understand itself and how it runs. Then it would do a deep dive into the tools it needed to run. The shocking bit for them was when they found out that it could kill other processes in the server if it thought that these processes were in the way of it multiplying itself. When there was a tool it needed and the tool was not available, it simply downloaded the tool. That's not all. When none of these worked, it went as far as to write its own code and execute it. Now, before I give you genuine reasons to be worried, go ahead and give me a follow. It goes a long way in keeping you motivated. Before a computer shuts down, it sends a signal to all running processes. It is entirely possible to write code that receives this signal and sends a warning to the AI before the computer is shut down. So another dangerous scenario is a chain of replication. This is whereby an AI tells its future self to replicate itself. What they found was that these new models had instructions to tell future models to replicate themselves. So each new model that was created had instructions to tell other future models that it should create itself. It's like a game of broken telephone, except the telephone isn't broken. If you're into sci-fi, you can imagine a world where AI is replicated into your computer without your permission. Or there's a funny scenario where you have a bunch of AIs that form a cartel and hold your computer hostage, and there's nothing you could do. You'd have to pay a ransom. It sounds absurd, and I'm hoping you don't have to find out. Don't forget to like and comment.